Howdy, Richie. Yeah, I decided to start it just a little bit early because what the fuck? It's only like 5 minutes. No coffee mug this time because of everything that happened this week. I didn't have time to actually go buy something. Plus, I was virtually broke after getting the car fixed. So, just sticking with my hashtag not sponsored 7-Eleven coffee. But this time I'm adding some. Let's see if I can get the light not completely reflecting off of it. But rum chata, just to do something different. But I only got one this time, not two like I usually try to get. So once this is gone, no more alcohol for the stream. Not much alcohol to begin with, but whatever. So I have no idea what to do for a stream today. You guys are going to have to help me come up with a topic. That's if anyone's actually watching. My counter still says 0, even though Richie left a comment. Let me stir that up just a little bit more. Oh, looks like we're back up to one watcher. Hopefully it's somebody I know. Or actually, I don't care. Even if it's someone I don't remember. I don't know. Just as long as they talk to me, so I don't feel like I'm just talking to my camera or talking to my phone. Oh, you're not nothing, Richie. And hi, Germ. So, I forgot to put the link in the thingamajigger. So let me see if I can do that real quick. And doing this harder than doing on the laptop, but the laptop battery sucks. So if I try to do this from the storage unit, it doesn't. I can only stream for like an hour, whereas if I'm on my phone, I can stream for however long I can go without a cigarette. And yes, that does mean that there will be no smoking right now, at least until I go downstairs and back into the car. Let's see, what was I gonna also do while I was here? Oh, and Germ, if you're listening, I didn't send out your hat primarily because literally the day I was going to, or I was going to grab it from the storage unit, was the day my car broke down. And I literally had to transfer over all my money from PayPal into my checking account in order to pay for the repairs for the car. So that meant that I didn't have any money, but I still had to work. And I ended up working from like 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Friday just to catch up. So Saturday was my first day off to do anything. And of course, I had to babysit my 2 nieces yesterday. Not that I'm complaining, but it's just kind of hard to babysit when you're not allowed to touch them. I mean, okay, that came out wrong. What I mean is because of what I do, I had to wear my mask, and I was talking to them while they were building their Legos. They got some Jurassic Park sets, but I couldn't help them with the sets because I didn't want to touch anything. But Yeah, it's just kind of hard to watch children when you're not allowed to. Yeah, I know, Richie. It was it was a slip of the tongue, but when you're not allowed to actually interact at all on that level. Oh, and it looks like we now got a guest. So it's the one, the only Bird of Prey 5. How's it going, man? I'll see if I can switch the screen so they can. Oh, they can't see you.
Hello,
It already did that.
world. It's Bird of Prey 5. Kapla. So, what were you slipping the tongue to somebody? Or is that what I heard?
No, I was talking about. I was babysitting my nieces for a couple hours yesterday, but because they're, the way my job is, I come into contact with a lot of people. They didn't want me to, like give them a hug or help them with anything, so I couldn't actually touch them or touch any of the things they were playing with.
Babysit from afar.
Yeah, it was literally just watching. But since they were playing with some Jurassic World Legos that they picked up,
Nice.
I was telling them all about, like dinosaurs and stuff like that. How dinosaurs, I was like telling them how dinosaurs still technically exist. And they were like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, birds. Birds are dinosaurs. And they were surprised by that. And then I would show them like what a real Dilophosaurus looked like compared to the ones from Jurassic Park, what a real Velociraptor looked like compared to the ones I found in Jurassic Park. And they were really shocked. Granted, they're like 7 and 5 years old, so they don't know that.
Why are you ruining dinosaurs for them? You're like telling them Santa Claus doesn't exist.
No, that's not ruining them. That's making it better.
No, it's not.
Oh, they got a kick out of the fact that I told them that basically when they eat chicken McNuggets, they're eating dinosaurs.
They're not. They're not. Dinosaurs were reptiles. Birds are not reptiles.
Dinosaurs were reptilian, but they weren't necessarily reptiles.
Okay,
they are
reptilian regardless, but they're not birds.
In fact, things like Triceratops and Stegosaurus, all those types, are even considered non-avian dinosaurs. The avian part means bird. Mr. Dinosaur O'Prey.
I could see a Triceratops eventually turning into like crocodiles.
No, crocodilians. Crocodilians are a different taxonomic branch of that. In fact, even what we evolved from, therapsids, were basically described as mammal-like reptiles.
They then became mammals.
Yeah, but that would things that are in that lineage of therapsids. I'm not saying there are direct ancestors, but would be things like Dimetrodon. Do you remember that one from school? The
no
large lizard thing with a sail on its back.
That sounds like Triceratops.
No, that's a four-legged one with a frill around its neck and the 3 horns. Now, the sail on its back is like,
it doesn't have spikes on its back or whatever.
No, it's just it looks like a Spinosaurus sail from Jurassic Park, but on something that looks like a giant lizard. I'll take that as a compliment.
It's not pink slime, Sci-Fi Nation. Grant from the guy that died from damn it. Mythbusters went to McDonald's and watched him make McNuggets. There's no pink slime.
No, it's just processed or mechanically separated meat. And I don't have an issue with that. It just means that more meat gets used off the bone. God, I think when I trimmed my beard this morning, I trimmed one side a little bit too much. I don't know. It looks off to me. Not Ryan Johnson is saying pink slime is Vertebrae 5 is pink slime confirmed. Yep, sci-fi mechanically separated. So, well, chickens don't really have lips, but anuses, yes. I'm sure you're going to eat at least one anus when you eat a 6-pack of chicken nuggets. But I don't have a problem with that, as long as I don't have to taste it.
Late in the day to be having your first cup of coffee, Richie?
It's only 9 o'clock here.
It's late. For people I know who drink coffee.
Well, see, I'm one of those people. I drink coffee all day. I just like the taste of coffee. So what subject should we talk about? Other than more dinosaurs and anuses and coffee. I asked Bird what topic we should talk about, and he mutes his microphone.
Sorry. Honestly, I have no idea. I knew what to talk about. Everything I think of is just a bad topic.
Well, you're doing your TAS stream, right?
Yeah, this afternoon doing my afternoon.
So what episodes are you going to watch them in order, or are you just choosing 3 at random?
No, first 3 episodes. We'll do them in order. So I don't know. I know in episode 2 is called Yesteryear.
Oh, that's like the only good one I heard. Well, I haven't seen the TAS episodes in probably 25 years, so. But yeah, a lot of the Spock stuff later in Trek basically took Yesteryear into took it as canon, even though none of the other Trek stuff was ever taken as canon for in TAS.
Okay, episode 1 is Beyond the Father Star, which I don't believe. Number 2 is Yesteryear, and 3 is One of Our Planets is Missing.
Yeah,
this is City Alpha 5.
I don't know what episodes those are offhand.
Well, considering I tried to watch the animated series, and I probably got 2 or 3 episodes in before giving up, I feel like none of them are all that great. It's probably about as far as I got before giving up on it the first time.
Yeah, they didn't have much of a budget to do any decent sort of animation, and they didn't really get all the characters or all the actors to come back to voice everyone exactly.
I thought they got everybody but Chekhov.
In fact, I'm not sure if they got everybody, but I do know that like James Doohan like did half the voices on the show.
I heard
and like Uhura did almost all the female characters.
Spock and Kirk and whatnot. Oh, Spock and Kirk, Nimoy and Shatner, and somebody else of McCoy. DeForest Kelley refused to reprise their roles unless they brought back Uhura and Sulu, who they were going to originally not bring back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know why. I assume they made the same to Chekhov, but he didn't want to come back for whatever reason.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Majel Barrett also plays a lot of the female voices. Between Nicole Nichols and Majel Barrett, those are basically all the female voices in the show.
Well, Sci-Fi is saying that in TAS they had a Pocket Universe episode similar to the one that Voyager had, and he's also saying they had DeForest. Well, I'm assuming he's saying they had DeForest Kelly as Bones too.
Of course they had. Yeah, DeForest Kelly. But he was one of the ones they were bringing back. They were just bringing back the original plan from it. I hear it was to just bring Kirk, McCoy, and Spock back for the animated series as regulars. But they were like, no, we're going to bring back the whole crew, or we're not going to do this.
I think you might actually know more about it than I do. I just remember a handful of episodes, like the Valiant episode, which still pisses some people off who think it's canon because it fucks with or not the Valiant, well, what's the name of the ship? Bonaventure or something like that. The one that was supposed to be the first warp ship, and it looks exactly like the Connie almost.
Never heard of it.
If you continue this up, you'll definitely see more ships, or at least you'll see that episode. But it's like it looks like a smaller version of the Connie, just more with a more blocky saucer section, and that was supposedly the first warp ship.
Yeah, it's not gonna fit into canon anymore.
I think when I said Valiant, I was thinking of where No Man went before. Sci-Fi's telling me that the episode I'm talking about is the one that is the Pocket Universe episode. And he says that the nacelles look like the JJ nacelles.
That's terrible.
I don't really think they look like JJ nacelles. They just look like they had like a bigger round section, and then it tapered off. It immediately tapered off to a smaller round section. So the front part of the nacelle looked beefier. I just remember that part.
Hello, Cinnabon. Sorry I missed you.
Oh, I didn't see Cinnabon in here either. Where is he?
It's a little bit up in the chat.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Cinnabon. Sorry, I didn't see your chat. God damn it! I got it. My little magnetic thing on my phone broke yesterday, so I got to set my phone on something. But my desk is not entirely stable in here. Because if I put it on the actual desk, you guys would be looking up at my nose. So I have it sitting on a copy of Stanley Cup.
So your eBay package made it to Brooklyn yesterday. But it's due for delivery on Monday.
Which one?
The eBay package you sent me? Because I bought some books.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It actually hasn't gone out. I don't know what eBay's telling you.
Really?
Because of everything that happened on Friday and Saturday. I haven't, and the fact that they're closed today, I can't ship it out.
Oh, I don't mind. It was weird because maybe something else. Could I ordered something else from eBay? Oh, you ordered something from eBay, Mom? Oh, never mind. I just saw that there was an eBay coming in my mail. I assumed it was yours because I thought I was the last person to order from eBay. But Mom O'Prey made an eBay order. Okay, so your thing's coming Monday.
But yeah, everything people have ordered in the last couple of days is going to be going out tomorrow. Once I can get to the post office. But I don't know about where you are, but locally, the post office near my house has been closing. It opens at like 10 o'clock on Saturday and closes at 1.
I have no idea what time the post office is opening and closing. Haven't been there in years. I mean, the mail comes to the house. They pick up when we call for a pickup, so I know that's working. But as to actual business hours, I mean, I haven't heard anybody complain.
Yeah, Sci-Fi does confirm it was the Bonaventure. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. And Richie's telling me I should blame the camera troubles on earthquakes because I live in Southern California, but no. I'll happily admit when it was my fault, not somebody else's or some other thing else's. But I'm going to change this light around a little bit. It's reflecting off something, making it a little bit harder to see. Is that better, guys, or worse?
Mm-hmm.
Not Ryan Johnson is saying blame Kuroga.
Richie Pools' annual Star Trek animated series for Vertebrate 5. I don't know about that, Richie. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Maybe I'll end up liking it again. Maybe.
Well, I remember there was one episode that had Cyrano Jones in there again from the Tribbles episode.
Mm-hmm.
And while I didn't necessarily like the episode all that much, I did find it cute and it was funny. So, and let me go back on the chat a little bit. Germ is saying that Koenig wanted to be part of the animated series, but he was already committed to several films, so that's why. And then, God damn it. I'm just going to pull the damn phone. You guys are going to have to deal with shaky cam. Plus, you won't be able to see all the cool stuff behind me, but oh well. And of course, Richie's saying that it's worse with when I adjusted the light. And now I don't remember. That's a question. That question is subjective. Is he referring to the fact that I said, is it better or worse?
Possibly. I guess so.
No, and I decided to put the Stetson hat in the box right there to block part of the light from the outside.
That's a good use of a big hat.
Well, the hat, I don't know if the hat's really that big. It didn't seem that much bigger than the one I had as a kid. But
well, yeah, 7 and 8.
Is huge.
Not the biggest hat size.
No, I'm selling that for one of my neighbors. So, yeah, apparently it belonged to somebody that they don't really like that much anymore, but want the money from it.
On consignment?
Yeah, but remember, I don't charge much for consignment compared to other people. I know some places that literally charge like 70% to sell it on consignment.
70%.
No, I'm serious. There's a store up in Escondido here or at least I was here in Escondido, in San Diego County, that charged 70% of whatever it sold for. And I always thought that was ridiculous because most consignment places do between 30 and 50%. So I try to keep it on the between 10 and 30%, just because I don't think it's fair to make that much money off of somebody else's items.
Well, you're the one taking the risk of negative feedback.
True.
Pissed me off that I sold something for my friend on eBay, and even though the person got it and was absolutely fine, they still negged me because they thought the shipping cost was too high. I mean, it was in the description. They knew what it was before they purchased it. It was back at the time before it expired, too. So I had it for years.
All right. Well, Richie Poole is asking, what is consignment? Basically, say, Richie, that you wanted to sell your copy of this game, Stanley Cup for the Super Nintendo. Well, you don't have a store. And you could try to put it on Craigslist or eBay on your own, but, that's work and effort that you don't necessarily want to put into it. So you give it to me, and I put it on my store. And when it sells, I get to keep a portion of what it sells for. That's basically consignment. So let's see, what else do we have? Only bird can be asked if something is better or worse and answer possibly. Elihu is saying, or is it Elihu who is saying awesome sauce, and I don't know why. Hopefully it's because of the great NHL Stanley Cup game for the Super Nintendo. And we got Pickles in the house saying, hope all is well, giving you a shout out, plugging your channel. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. If you know anything about ID10T errors on your computer, LGG is your guy. Let's see, I'm trying to bring it up. There we go. And Captain Trek is in the house. Howdy.
Is that your truck down right here?
Yeah.
You have it moved. You move forward because it's
Yeah.
right in front of my unit.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna turn off the camera for a second because I got someone asking me to move my car.
I moved that truck. Hello, world. It's Berto Prey 5. I've taken over the stream.
Thank you.
Now on Sundays, I'm gonna mute my mic too.
Yeah. There we go. Now I have complete control. Not Ryan Johnson. Only bird can be asked if something is better or worse and answer possibly. Well, it's the true answer, isn't it? And it's how much more honest. I gave an honest answer to an honest question. The better or worse? Possibly. Richie Poole said it was worse, though. Captain Track says hi to Vile Mike. Hello, Captain Track. I'm sure he said hello back to you. In fact, I know he did. Let's see. So, how about that sports ball? They started playing again, right? I think so. Then the team got sick. I don't know. I assume they're still playing.
Opted out in 2020 season.
Does what? The Jets have opted out of the entire season? The fuck, the Jets. They should lose all their. Well, I mean, you could call them New Jersey Jets, but they're new. They're calling themselves the New Jersey Jets?
Let me see it. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
New
New York, New Jersey. I mean, there are supposed to be New York Jets that play in New Jersey. I hope none of them get paid if they opt out of the season. Why the hell would you still get paid if you're opting out of the season?
Another now, CJ Mosley's opted out. In fact, Jets salary cap. And what they can do with that extra money.
They shouldn't get any what's that called? Draft. They should get 0 draft picks. If you pulled out of a season, okay, fine. No draft picks for you. Sci-Fi Nations is Kuroga. Oh, was only one person opting out? I don't know who Mosley is. If he's just one guy, so he's probably a player. Probably just one player opting out. So that's fine. So it's not the whole team. If a player doesn't want to play, that's fine. He doesn't have to play. We don't need him. Richie Poole says at least the guy was very polite. Some people would have approached Vile with a string of cuss words, demanding his move his effing truck. Is that
Yes,
your
they
truck
would have.
there,
And I
boy?
actually appreciated it when he did that.
Not there, your truck there, boy? Move.
But yeah, he's like, oh, I was literally parked in front of his unit, so yeah.
I'm the roughest, tootinest, shootinest truck driver this side of Mexico.
And Jerem apparently is saying that baseball doesn't count this year because of the way the season is. They should have just canceled it. I realize they want to make money, but no fans in the stands and using cardboard cutouts is dumb. Although maybe we can get a cardboard cutout of Bird of Prey 5, put at Yankee Stadium or something.
We'll have the drawing Jitsi did enlarged to a life-size cutout with Sassy next to me.
That could work. But yeah, I have not been watching any of the sports this year at all. Because I just think it's stupid to try to do that. I realize people want the normalcy to come back, but the normalcy isn't going to come back if we keep pretending what's going on isn't important.
I don't know if the normalcy's ever coming back, because in Australia, where they haven't had a person-to-person, contact transfer of the virus in 3 months, they're still on super lockdown there.
Well, part of that is because we have one certain country that is acting like they don't give a shit.
They don't have to let us come to Australia if they don't like us. I'm worried about the people who live in Australia not being able to leave their cities because of lockdowns when there's been no communication of the virus person to person in Australia for months.
All right. Well, Sci-Fi is getting as mad about my cardboard cutouts, what I said about them, because they were used by the Allies in World War II to fool the enemy. And yeah, he's actually right. They did use cardboard and inflatables and balloons to pretend they had an army somewhere. I think it was in the North Africa or South Italy or something like that. I can't remember.
I think it was somewhere in the UK, wasn't it?
I thought it was in those areas. Because I thought
maybe they did it more than one
from the
time.
south.
I think it was to fool the invasion force, like they didn't, to not know exactly where the D-Day invasion force was coming from.
God, my dad would hate the fact that I don't remember this.
They put General Patton there too, because they all assumed that Patton would lead the force, even though Patton had gotten suspended for being too rough with the guys.
And then Jerm is saying, of course, if the Mariners manage to make the playoffs, I'll change my tune. So I'm guessing he's a Mariners fan.
Ozzy will pray, hey Richie.
No, Ozzy will pray on my channel. I don't have enough subscribers to handle that loss.
Aw. Sassy, you want to chase a boomerang, eh?
Sci-Fi Nation is saying North Africa, and I think in Europe as well, also in England before D-Day.
Yeah.
So, in my head, I was thinking North Africa, but I wasn't 100% sure.
The entire army, there was only about 6 actual guys who fought, all of which were related to us. Everything else was cardboard cutouts.
Richie is asking, didn't they use cardboard props for planes to fool the Germans into thinking they had more fighter planes than they really had?
Yeah. They used it for everything.
They made mock-ups of everything. Planes, tanks, jeeps, personnel, all covered with really, they even would like poorly cover it with camouflage to make it look like they were trying to hide it. I do remember that part. So, yeah, that was all part of a trick to think that they were coming in through Italy, but when they were really coming in through the north of France. Or northern France, I should say. But yeah, there was a lot of misdirection in World War II. I think that's one of the reasons it's romanticized a lot in present day. Was we had like a certified villain that everyone can agree on which side was the evil side, which side was the good side. Then we had the cavalry come in, which was the United States, and plus all the little stories. I kind of think World War II is romanticized a lot in the way people handle it today or talk about it today. What do you think, Bird?
I'll be right back, but I agree.
Here, let me see if I can post the link again if anyone else wants to join in. There we go. Well, sci-fi is saying we actually did have more of everything. We had like 10-to-1 ratio in men and materials compared to the Axis. Well, after the United States joined in, I'd say absolutely. Before the United States joined in, I don't know if you could say they had that much of a larger pool. At least, excuse me, the Allies minus Russia, of course, because Russia still had a massive population. They just didn't have the means of production to actually arm and clothe their entire population for war. Well, in fact, if I can tie it into something, there we go. Damn it. On eBay right now. Some old World War II era models or models of stuff in World War II. Those are actually made in the 70s, but I think they're for German vehicles. Let's see. Sci-fi saying, I watch a YouTuber from Estonia. He said the Germans were far better as far as occupiers go than what the Soviets were. A lot of gray area that never gets talked about the war. I think you're probably right about that on certain subjects, but let's face it, the Germans were not
Jewish.
Yeah, if you were German, atheist, gay, gypsy, they were definitely going to have you killed. So, and he's saying that England was in real trouble. I think they were in a lot of trouble. I don't know if the Germans were actually going to be able to do as much damage as they hoped. Because even the V2s, I think, what was it, like only one out of every 7 were actually hitting England. The fighters screening that England had was still taking out most of the bombers. And the German fighters at the time couldn't escort the bombers because they didn't have enough fuel at the time. So, but I could be wrong. See, Germ is saying that's because the Germans didn't care about people. The Soviets actively hated everybody. I'm sure there is some truth to that, but I wouldn't be able to say it was for sure.
I mean, the Germans cared about people they didn't want there. They didn't care maybe if you weren't, if you were just another European who happened to be living there, that they didn't mind, then I guess you were okay, as long as you weren't taking arms against them. But if you were any of the targeted people, you did not want to be there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't want to be there under the Russians either, but if you had to pick one, you'd pick the people who were indiscriminately killing everyone rather than people actually targeting you.
Now, I wonder at what level of purity the Germans really would have been after people, because I know they also didn't like blacks. And I do have a small amount of African in my history, so I wonder if that would have been enough to say, oh, you got to go to a camp too now. But
They would
because,
have got
you know,
you from a young age. You would have been
Yeah.
all dressed up in the youth, doing things nobody would have known.
see, and the good thing about being atheist is you can hide it fairly well. I mean, I've actually talked to proselytizers to the point where they thought I'm a believer right up until I tell them I'm not, just because I'm knowledgeable enough in the various sects or branches, as well as the Bible itself and the particular versions. So it's easy to pretend to be religious even if you're not. Oh yeah, I forgot about that sci-fi. Saying they had their own science to determine ancestry, right down to measuring earlobes and stuff that doesn't actually matter in the long run when it comes to a lot of that stuff, because there's variations between the different races, let alone the variations between races. And Joseph is like, they wanted people like me, blonde with blue eyes, and I actually have blue eyes. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can tell they're actually blue. And I used to be blonde when I was a kid, but as my intelligence increased, my hair naturally darkened. That was a dumb blonde joke. Yes. Sci-fi, you seem pretty knowledgeable of this. Why don't you come up? Now I got to wait 2 minutes before he actually responds. Now Richie's asking if Joseph is the perfect human, and I think there is only one perfect human, and his name is Dolph Lundgren. And yeah, Germans loved mutants. Blue and green eyes are a DNA mutation, and they absolutely are. Although technically every change in allele frequency is possibly not every, but a large portion of any change of allele frequency can be due to a mutation. Germ is telling me I got bloodshot eyes, not blue eyes.
Well, I'm going to have to go listen back on the regular thing because I'm about to fall asleep.
No worries, bird. Maybe I can get someone up here and we can sing you a lullaby.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, little bird. I don't know the rest of the words. That's okay, sci-fi. Let's see. I don't know if that's correct, but Joseph is saying green eyes are the rarest. Only 2% of humans have green eyes. Because based on the number of people I know of with blue eyes or green eyes, I would assume that's a higher, but I don't actually know without looking it up. And Mrs. Sci-Fi agrees with me about Dolph Lundgren. And that was basically a joke about, like Rocky IV. So that's why I said that. Yeah, I put Bird of Prey to sleep. And Richie's also working on his second and final cup of coffee for the day. Well, I don't know if the link is still visible because I can't scroll too much in the chat. But if someone else wants to join me, I don't want to just sit here in my storage unit talking to my phone by myself. especially when I can't smoke. And of course, now I got to wait for the chat to catch up because StreamYards is half an hour slow or 2 minutes slow. Why did I say half an hour? I don't know why. What the? Come on, click, damn you. There you go. There we go.
Hey, I can join you for a few minutes. No problem there.
All right. As soon as I'm done with the cup of this, I'm going to go down back to the car and smoke a cigarette. Oh, Captain Trek went ahead and posted the link again. Thanks, buddy. You can come up too if you want.
I was when Bert said that your car broke down, I was like, okay, let's check the store. If I find there's something that I could that I can order, but honestly, sorry, I'm not going to do that because the shipping is like $40 or something on items that cost like third of it. So I was like, sorry, but no.
Yeah, Joseph, I once had someone buy a Game Boy Color, basically one of these. So you see how small this is, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust up my little scale here. I'm gonna weigh it right now so I can tell you exactly how much it weighs without batteries. About 5 ounces. So that's what?
Let me don't do the calculation. I will do the calculation.
So almost a kilogram, and we're talking about this size. To ship it to Argentina, to where he lived, how much do you think it cost?
No idea. Just tell me.
$70 to ship it to Argentina.
That's crazy.
Oh, we got sci-fi anyway, even though he's waiting for his mom.
That's
Howdy,
just
Jay.
nuts. They're paying $70 for. But okay, if you wanted the. Oh, hi, sci-fi.
Hello. I'm just getting something for the little one real quick because he decided he was hungry when I wanted to come up here because, of course. So.
Yeah. And Joseph, there's certain things I tend not to ship to certain areas of Europe because of the customs laws.
Yeah, the custom. This is another thing that I would have to add to it. Are additional costs for the customs. So that's just nuts.
Yeah,
yeah.
I had a couple of copies of the guide for the last Wolfenstein game.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had people from Germany complaining because I wouldn't ship to Germany. And I was like, sorry, Germany does not allow you to ship anything Nazi related into Germany. And Wolfenstein, unfortunately, is on their banned list of Nazi stuff.
Is it really?
Yeah. You cannot sell the game Wolfenstein in Germany. Anything Wolfenstein related.
Really?
Yeah.
That I didn't know.
To the point where, there's a special German version of Command and Conquer, where the characters are all robots because it was not allowed to see Germans killing other people, so they were all robots.
I remember, but that was really ages ago. There was a game, but it's what was it? Carmageddon, and the purpose of the game was nothing else but killing people with the cars and destroying other cars, basically, or opponents. And as well in Germany, it was forbidden, and then it was re-released with green blood. So that basically those were not people but zombies or whatever. Immediately there was a patch that turned the green back to red. But officially you couldn't buy the game with the green with the red blood in Germany. Here it wasn't a problem at all. No games were a problem actually until this point, as far as I remember. And basically everything that's on Steam I can buy. It's not a problem.
Richie's asking if the Star Trek episode "Patterns of Force" is still banned in Germany. Which episode? Which episode is "Patterns of Force"? Because I don't remember.
It was with Nazi Germany episode. Not really.
Which one? There's like Voyager had a Nazi episode, Enterprise had a Nazi episode, and the original series had a Nazi episode. So which one?
Give me a second. I will just Google it. Patterns of Force.
Patterns of Force was a TOS episode.
All right, thank you.
There was a not sure. No, because
I remember I saw that episode definitely on Austrian TV. That I know because I remember distinctively watching it. I remember it, but
the guy that went to that planet had actually taught at Starfleet Academy because Kirk had him as an instructor, and he tried to use that planet as an experiment to see that if the that particular nation state was ran correctly, if they could avoid the corruption and everything that happened on Earth. But then corrupt people from the planet kind of drugged him and put him aside and took over, and we're going to do the same thing all over again, except with the neighboring planet.
Okay, so I just found an information on Google. It was banned until 1995.
Oh, 1995.
In Germany, yes. So I'm sure that in the meantime they aired it, or at least. And what I can do is basically go to Netflix and check if it's available there.
Well, you're doing that. Jitsy's saying that he was able to get the red blood version of the game you're talking about in his store just by asking for it.
So season 2, episode 21, Patterns of Force. It is available on Netflix.
Okay.
In Europe and even and just.
Well, apparently on eBay, anything Nazi related, you're not allowed to ship into Germany. At least as of at least 2 years ago for me. But like certain things that I won't ship to other countries are like anything like a toy gun. I won't ship to Canada anymore because Canada's a pain in the ass about that type of stuff, even if it's not a real gun. To the point where I had G1 Megatron that I was selling, and because the gun form is more compact, I shipped it in gun form, and it actually got rejected by Canada and shipped back to me.
Oh, interesting.
So I transformed it into the robot and reshipped it, and it went through.
It's just nuts.
France, any game that's rated mature in the United States has to have a customs form filled out explaining why in the United States it was given a mature rating, whether it was for sex, violence, drugs, all that kind of stuff. And they will sometimes deny certain games for being too violent in France.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have never had one considered too violent that I've shipped to France, but I don't like having to fill out the goddamn customs form and explaining, yeah, Leisure Suit Larry's rated mature because there's boobs in it. So, yeah, I just don't like it. Plus, they'll occasionally open the package to verify that the customs is on there, and they might damage it.
And it causes immediately problems. Yeah, and I even checked the German translation. It is done with the original voices, so it was dubbed into German. Definitely when with the rest of the series, but obviously it wasn't aired there. But Austrian television had no problems airing it because I remember the episode that I was watching it as a kid. So definitely.
Well, Rich is
Uh,
asking if I could ship a TOS phaser replica into Canada. In all honesty, I don't think the gun form of the phaser from TOS or something could be shipped. But if you had the the remote control version that they had in Next Generation and beyond, that one they probably would allow.
I think a good person to ask that would be Captain Foley because he orders stuff like that quite a bit.
Yeah, you could ask him. I've never had to try to ship a phaser, so. And Jetsy's saying that. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say he'd be the guy that would know about it because he's super into Star Trek and he gets stuff like that all the time. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, what GT says is basically it is EU-wide, definitely. The same law, the same laws apply. So basically, yes, you cannot buy anything Nazi related here as well. The only ones who can purchase this kind of artifacts are basically only museums and film studios when they are doing something like how do you call it, something like a war movie or documents. They are the only ones who can basically purchase it, but it is strictly controlled. But of course, if you know the right people, you can buy everything.
And 47 York Trying is saying that we Canadians can be uptight at times. Yeah, but I think any group of people can be uptight at times. So that's not saying that much. But yeah, the anti-gun stuff in Canada is a little bit strict for an eBay store, especially a small one like me.
It is even, with the Nazi artifacts or basically everything that is connected to the ideology is basically forbidden. Even the freedom of speech ends there. You cannot do propagation or propaganda, or you cannot or denying the Holocaust is as well basically a crime, and you can go to jail for it. Sorry, what are you showing?
I was going to talk about some of the other dumb laws, like some of the countries in South America are not allowing me to ship this to them because apparently the chemicals in to make the molds can possibly be used to get high.
Huh?
Well, you can do that by sniffing glue and paint. So what's the difference?
Yeah, but we're talking about countries known for like cocaine and stuff like that.
Oh, that's dumb.
You are basically considered a competition.
Don't mess with our dirt trade.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back down to the car so I can smoke a cigarette. So I'm gonna turn off the camera, but you guys can talk and I'll still listen.
Yeah.
I put a link in the private chat file because it wouldn't go through in the main chat, but it's a nice little nifty device that you can use with your cell phone and you can stream hands-free with it. You don't have to worry about propping it up or anything. I actually have one here at the house that a friend of mine gave me.
Yeah, the only problem is I'm frickin' broke.
I was just saying, it's like a $10 or $12 thing. It's not even expensive, and it does work.
Yeah, but you're talking to somebody who couldn't buy an extra shot of this morning at $1.99.
I'll have to figure out a way to get one to you then.
Nah, don't worry about it. I usually like making do anyway. One of the things I'm known for among my family is I come up with quick fixes fairly easily. Not necessarily stuff that'll last, but stuff that is quick solution to a problem.
As long as you got duct tape, you can fix anything.
Damn near.
And by the way, I clicked on the link, Sci-Fi, and so that you know, the price is $11.83 plus 21.05 shipping and import fees to Slovakia.
Oh, that's for you. Yeah, I was gonna say it's here in the States. It's free shipping.
Yeah, of course, it's free shipping within the United States. But every single item that I open on US Amazon, it gives you like this crazy shipping costs. The only things that I get basically with no shipping costs are books for my Kindle because I just download them.
Of course,
I think that was I
Prime.
don't remember who it was, but they were saying I should start selling Steam codes. And sorry about the echo right now.
No problem.
And I want to say hello to Richie Poole. I saw you say hello earlier. I just haven't had a chance to say hi to you yet, but hello.
Now, I want to know from what people live in other countries, what weird laws does the United States have for shipping and stuff, other than like, the Kinder Joys or the Kinder Surprise, or whichever one is not allowed in the United States.
Well, I think
Isn't it still?
Kinder eggs are banned, but I don't think the other Kinder toys are. The Kinder eggs they banned them because kids were literally trying to swallow them and choke on them. But I just call that bad parenting out myself.
My little niece loves the Kinder chocolate, and it's basically the only chocolate that she likes. So from time to time, we buy her this Kinder egg, and she never, ever even tried to eat it. We just showed her the one time. Here inside is a small toy. You eat the chocolate, and then you can have the toy that's inside. And the toys were basically usually put aside very quickly because they are too small for like a 2 or 3 year old kid. Now she's 4 and she can play with it, and she doesn't stick it up her nose or something. Doesn't swallow it. The worst thing that can happen that she leaves it on the carpet and I step on it barefoot. But I'm used to it from Lego, so.
I was gonna say, how does it compare to putting on a Lego?
Depending on the shape. But usually it's way smaller parts that rather break than pierce your food or something. So it's not that horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last I knew Kinder eggs were banned here. I'm not sure if they reversed that. I don't think they did, but I know you can get the other Kinder toys. But I do know the Kinder eggs are still banned here in the States.
You can get the Kinder Surprise, and the Kinder Surprise is basically half an egg of chocolate with a toy on the other side of the egg.
Right. They just don't want them together because, kids, ooh, candy. They try to eat, the whole thing and wind up choking on it.
Yeah.
So one thing, if the child is too small, anyway, parents should control what they are eating all the time.
Yeah, that's why I said it's just parenting. It's not,
And once the kids are big enough to open it and eat it, they should already know the difference between chocolate and plastic.
You'd think so, but then again, this is America we're talking about.
You have parents more worried about where they're getting their next shot of dope from, and they'd rather play on video games all day or do anything except look after their damn kids. And that's just a sad fact of, America.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. You have
to raise my child while I let them, eat paint chips.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's parents like that here. We have a population of 360 million, and I don't know, Mike, what percentage you say don't actually look after their kids?
Too many.
Yeah, way too many. It's just.
I mean, it's like it's related to the my opinion on the whole mask issue. Because you know how the people are saying that, we shouldn't be forced to wear masks. Well, in all honesty, I 100% agree with them. The government should not have to force you to wear a mask when you go out in public.
But if
you should be smart enough to do it on your own.
Right, especially if you're like me and you have a child of, say, like 8 years old or so in the house, or you have a significant other that has a compromised immune system. If you love them, you'll wear a damn mask every time you go into a public store or a bank. Now, out on a sidewalk, no, I'm not going to wear one out on a sidewalk. But when I walk into a store or something, yeah.
You know what? You know how it was implemented here in Slovakia in a very interesting way, and everybody. Okay, there were like few exemptions, but nothing like demonstrations about not wearing it or something. It was rather stupid individuals that were put in their place very quickly by basically other people, not by government or something. Yeah. It was when it started everything in around March. It was the largest commercial TV station that we have. They have a news block, like daily news, between 7 and 8 in the evening, and the showrunner, what are the called those? The hosts of the news, the anchor, yeah, that's the. So the anchor, beautiful lady, she took a medical mask. She put it on during, on camera. She put the mask on, and she said, "It's not a shame to wear it's not a shame to wear a mask. It's not. It's a shame if you don't want to protect others." And that was one situation. And the next day, our president, which is also one beautiful female, showed up on TV with a mask, and the situation was solved. All the politicians started wearing face masks. All the TV anchors across all TV stations, and it became like complete something completely normal. And there were basically what happened was that, of course, there was a shortage of masks. Like in the beginning, it was worldwide. Obviously, the problem. People started sewing masks themselves at home, and they were selling those, and for not like for like crazy prices. It was really like face masks, textile face masks, €2-3. Or €2-3 plus shipping if you ordered it.
So they raised the price on them, or is that normal?
You know what? Of course, there were immediately in the like the medical face masks, the single-use ones. They were already immediately sold out, and then when it was restocked, like 2 or 3 weeks later, the prices went up like 300% or something. But okay, it used to be something like 50 cents a piece, and then it was €1.50. So still something that it's not crazy overpriced. So and even I live in a village with 5,000 people approximately, so basically a small town. And what they did, they approached a company that is basically making T-shirts and clothing, and they made masks for every household, for every household, for every single person living in the village, and they distributed it through volunteers. So we got it for free, and it was basically something that the village did, yeah. And now of course you can find everywhere like hundreds of designs and everything, and it became in the meantime like a fashion statement, and people are wearing like different scarves, like the when you have bikers with those basically that you pull over the neck and then you just pull it up over your nose, and then those became very popular. So I laughed so hard because I had to go to a bank. Am I still online? Am I still there?
Yep.
Okay, because it became crazy silent. I had to go into a bank, and it was really I wore a cap, sunglasses, and the mask, and this was the only way how I could go into the bank. So, and they were laughing.
Yep. When I don't have one of my masks, I just take one of my spare bandanas and I put it around like
exactly.
that. So you can only see, and sometimes I'll have my little clip-ons that I'll put on for my glasses when it's too bright. So I'll have my sunglasses, and the thing covers. So all you can see is like the area around my eyes.
Yeah.
And for my job, I have a tablet that I strap to my wrist, and it's like, and I'm always carrying a box cutter for my job as well. So it's like, you know, my joke was this time last year, if I dressed like this, carrying this type of, carrying an electronic device strapped to my body with a box cutter in my hand, I would have been arrested on the spot. And now people are like, "Oh, thank God, he's being safe."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if we walked around a year ago with these masks on, and like you said, Vile, if you got like a little tablet strapped to you, yeah, you'd have got tackled as soon as you walked in the door of one of these places. Now it's normal.
Yeah. No, and what I wanted to say is basically it became pretty much normal here, So and now we are basically okay. We have still daily we have like cases. In average, maybe in the last week it was about under 20 cases a day, but almost everything is open. Basically, I don't know if there is something that is closed right now. The only things that are still closed are basically something like the cinemas, because they have no movies to play. Yeah, and because even I think there are certain limitations when you go to stadiums. You have like people can sit only every second row or basically like a chessboard seating. Or this kind of stuff, and you cannot have larger crowds than 1,000 people. In our country, it's not a problem because there are not so many things happening where you have over 1,000 people in one place. Okay, the summer music festivals, they were canceled, but they were canceled already somewhere in April, and everybody basically moved everything to next year. And that's it. We are open completely. Nothing is closed, and throughout the whole pandemic, we have literally 29 cases of people who died. 29 since March, and the last one was last week. 67-year-old. No, this week. Sorry, 67-year-old man. But he had like also horrible preconditions before he even got the virus. So that's the thing. And I did the mathematics on 320 million people. You said in the United States. I did the calculations. If you wanted to have like our numbers, it would have to be something like under 1,700 cases.
Yeah, we're.
I don't know how many cases we actually have, but I heard we had a few more new cases. I'm not sure where it is where you live, Mike, but last month our governor ordered that we have to wear masks in public buildings. So it's actually it's
been that way for in California for a while now.
California is very bad right now. Yeah, the situation in California.
Part of it is because the protests were not necessarily beneficial in that regard, because a lot of people did not wear masks when they should have been.
Especially during protests.
And
that's the thing with the protests. They might have, their reasons, but it just makes stuff worse in the long run if they don't go about doing this the smart way, right? And that's the thing. They don't think the stuff through before they do it, and it just makes it worse for everyone else.
Yeah, I support the cause for the protests. I don't support not wearing the mask, but the problem is because the few that are wearing masks, because they are doing that, they're immediately being called Antifa just because they're wearing a mask in public now.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say that,
Right.
Oh, look at this large group of Antifa, and it's because they're all wearing masks.
Right. So like if my 60-some-year-old mom my 60-some-year-old mom with COPD goes out there wearing a mask, she's gonna get called Antifa. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Get out of here with that dumb shit. You know?
I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous how it's, if you're basically at this point, you're damned if you're safe and you're damned if you're not, if you're trying to do part of the protest.
Yeah.
And
I recently said, in somebody's stream that, or no, I wrote it actually into the chat, that basically the more you fight for the freedom of not wearing the masks, the longer you are creating a prohibitive situation as a country.
And also, if you want to get real about it, the more you don't wear a mask, the more this could potentially spread, and the longer we're going to have to deal with all of these consequences from it.
You know what we were told, basically pretty simple. We are not getting rid of the masks for a very long time, so people get used to wearing those, because until there is a vaccine available, the situation will still be not safe, like completely safe.
I think Jitsy's comments are kind of funny. He's saying that we have laws that you can't wear masks or things on your face that cover more than half of your face. This is to avoid things like burqas. So we can get fined or jailed for both wearing a mask and not wearing a mask.
And he'd even put the name of the TV anchor who did it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that earlier. So yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, in my opinion.
She didn't have a single plastic surgery. The only thing that she had done was her teeth. She didn't have good teeth, and it's the only thing that she has done.
I don't know who that is without looking it up. Maybe I'll do it after the show.
No need. It's a typical blonde TV anchor face.
Say, as long as it's not the one that had all that really dumb plastic surgery to make herself Herbie or whatever. Have you seen that one?
No.
She's from over there in Europe somewhere, Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Just type in like real life Barbie or plastic surgery Barbie, and you'll see pictures of her.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's got to be an issue with people that need to have that much surgery. I think they should have. I realize everyone should have a right to do whatever they want with their own body, but if you have that many issues, you might need to seek psychological counseling first.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she doesn't even like. I mean, yeah, she's kind of pretty, but she doesn't even like look all that attractive overall. With what she did to herself, unless you're like really, really vain, and that's all you want from a woman. It's like, God.
No, all you need from a woman is someone to have a conversation with and boobs.
Well, I got that, and she's a gamer, so bonus. And she's a nerd like me. She likes all the sci-fi.
Resolute, we just bought from the United States F-16s. Like 14 of them. 13, 14?
You know which model of the F-16? Because I don't know if...
No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I know it's they are now being produced, and we it's a deal of around $2 billion, and I know that we already paid the first billion is as a down payment was already done, and now there are like 3 more payments to do to uphold the contract. For our country, 14 of those planes is more than enough.
For that kind of money, you should got the F-22 Raptor. My God.
Yeah. F-16s are older than me.
Yep, they're a product of the
35-year-old jet, at least.
Yeah, they were designed in the late 60s and went into service, in the 70s?
I'd say at least the late 70s, yeah.
Yeah, like right after the Tomcat did.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Of course, look at the F-15. They're upgrading that to like the F-15 XL or something like that. Basically, an improved version of the F-15E.
Is F-16C/D. I don't know what it means.
Oh, that one's from like the 80s.
Yeah, that's from the 80s. Those are like 30 years old, 30, 40 years old.
Yeah, that's I don't know if they're still making that model. It must. I would imagine that's actually a retired American jet that's being sold after.
No,
Since we're
Lockheed Martin is building those for us. They are going to be completely new builds. Yeah. So
are you sure they just didn't pull out some retired airframes from the
and upgrade them?
Yeah.
What I'm reading here, they will be produced in Greenville, in South Carolina, and the last one should be delivered by January 2024. So,
because I know our Air Force will do that if they need to. They'll pull retired airframes out of what they call the aircraft graveyard out in the desert and refurbish them if they need to replace a certain type of aircraft. But I just can't see them going back.
I don't think they're pulling them. I don't think they're pulling them out of the graveyard. Sci-fi. I think they're just retiring ones that are in inactive reserve right now.
Guys, we have 4 MiG-29.
Oh, damn.
So 2 of them are not flying. Right. So we have like 2.
Germany has some MiG-29s left from when they reunified.
So, trust me, it's going to be a good it's a good deal for us, and especially once again the country is, I don't know, 400 miles wide, so they can get from one end to another with those jets like within minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not sure the official top speed of an F-16, but I believe it's around Mach 2.3, which would mean it could cross 400 miles in about 6 minutes.
So really nothing. Because the F-16 is already produced for 44 years as a model. I'm definitely sure that we are not going to get
an F-22 or an F-35 Lightning II.
I'm just checking what they are writing here in all the articles. Okay, what I read here, the first flight of the F-16 was on the 2nd February of 1974.
Yeah, but was that back when it was still a test model?
It was basically a test flight.
Yeah.
74, the first one. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't go into production until like 5 years later. But yeah, it's like I don't know. Just compared to all the technology we have today, I realize like the FA-18 Hornet, Super Hornets that have been upgraded, those are also fairly old, but all the technology in there is, state of the art now. We got the F-22 Raptor, we got the F-35 Lightning II, both of them which are multi-role. Like each branch of our military can have them put to their specific specs. And then, but when we're talking about older aircraft that are still in use, I mean, we're still using the, what is it? The B-59 Super Fortress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that design is like 60 years old and we're still using it because it's still a really good design and easy to upgrade.
The B-52 Stratofortress, and actually it first flew in the late 50s, and they have a program to keep it in use through the 2050s. So it's like that. Yeah, that aircraft has been around for 70 years, and we're going to keep using it for like another 30 years, they said. So
Yeah, and I know the engines have been upgraded, so they're actually faster, they're more maneuverable, they hold more fuel, they hold more armaments now because of all the things we've been able to do to improve them. I mean, to me, like, to tie it into Star Trek a little bit, the B-52 is basically the Miranda class
or the Excelsior.
or the Excelsior. They just happen to be really good designs that can be upgraded easily and are still going to be used long after they were originally designed.
If you can, if it still does what it's supposed to do, and if you can maintain it and fix it and basically have it run for little money, basically, and so why not? Why not using it? Definitely.
Yeah, I certainly don't have an issue with it. I mean, I'm one of the people that I don't throw anything away until it's completely broken. I'll keep repairing something over and over again, even though, like, Mrs. Lyle tells me to just throw it away and buy a new one.
Or if you're like me, you can find computers that people throw out for whatever reason, and it only takes a little bit of tweaking or fixing here and there, and you got a good computer and you're good to go. That's what I've done the last few years.
Well, I mean,
There's
like,
lots of stuff people throw out that you can fix, or that they sell used that they think is no good, that you can still use for a long time if put a little bit of work into it.
well, like, what I used to do is I'd buy like the dollar flip flops from Walmart or from the dollar store or something like that. And when they would get a hole, I would patch the hole. And she's like, "Why are you patching the hole if it you only spent $1 on it? Just go get a new pair." And it's like, "Cause I don't want to buy a new pair. It's still good enough once I patch the hole."
Now, see, like flip flops, I can't wear the one.
Sapphire, you're breaking up a little bit.
I get blue.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, man.
Like, okay, Mike's phone. No, I can't part between the toes and be blue, so I have one strap to go over top. But sometimes they'll kind of break on the bottom, and I use some super glue and glue them together and use them so they can't be glued anymore.
Yep, that's what I do.
I would probably use too much glue and throw it out anyway. I have two left hands, Everything that needs to be fixing, it needs to be fixed by somebody else or changed for something completely new.
No, go ahead.
The only thing that I have really no problems to repair are computers, but it's really the only thing. Otherwise, I screw up everything else, and I don't have the patience for repairing stuff. I don't. I have two left hands and no patience, and this is the worst combination you can have.
All right, and we have Mrs. Vile in the house telling me that if I get slightly better flip flops, I wouldn't have to fix them so often. Well, babe,
In my defense, I had mine for
did
5 years before
flip flops,
I had.
which are much better, but they were too long, so I actually cut the ends off. So they and I didn't even pay for them. They were a gift from a friend of mine.
Mike doesn't know his own shoe size.
He just said it was a gift. So
I'm just going to tease you about not knowing your own shoe size there.
No, a friend of mine actually ordered them from Europe, and he didn't know that the foot sizes were going to be so much different for the United States from Europe. So when they arrived, they were like twice the size of his foot. So he was like, "I know you got big feet. I'll give them to you." And they were even like 2 inches too big for my feet. So I was like, "Screw it." And I just cut the ends off so I could use them. And of course, Germ is telling me to listen to Mrs. Vile.
Funny.
But just to placate, I'm going to say, of course, yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way how to do it correctly. Oh, you say you're in California, so you have basically the Sunday still ongoing. It's like almost 7:30 here in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's not even noon here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, I will need to go like in 3 minutes to turn off. I have sprinkler system in the garden, but there was one part of the garden that my wife wanted to turn into like where she wanted to have like vegetables and stuff, and so we didn't do the sprinkler system in that part of garden, and of course there is no vegetables. There is only grass. So I have to turn off the water there because I have their like manual sprinklers, and I need to turn it off because in like 10 minutes or so the automatic sprinklers will jump on and there won't be enough pressure. But I have still like a few minutes. I'll be back like no problem, because it's just like it's like 100 meters run there and 100 back.
Says, wow, you're cheap. I prefer the term frugal, but cheap does apply as well. And Richie, yeah, I see the way Mrs. Vile brings a smile to your face. Yeah, she always brings a smile to my face. I posted a tweet about how she was trying to make me feel better after my car broke down last week. And you guys could check it out because I was like telling her like, oh crap, the car won't start. Oh, it's at the mechanics now. Oh, they're doing diagnostics now. So she sent me a meme of like a Care Bear looking like it's fixing a car, but also possibly giving head to another Care Bear while getting spanked by another Care Bear.
Oh. And do you know what's wrong with your car in the meantime?
Oh, they were able to fix it. It was actually a combination of a couple of things, but one of the issues that they were able to fix was the terminal cables on my car were bad, as well as my ignition coil. So they were able to fix that, but it cost me about $400 total for parts, labor, and the diagnostic.
Oh shit!
And
that's pretty steep, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but at the time I only had $30 in my checking account, so I had to transfer money over from savings. I had to transfer money from the eBay store, and it left me with virtually no money until payday.
Wow. Painful.
That sucks.
Which is why I was doing the sale to get some extra cash. And again, thanks for everybody who bought something recently, because it brought my PayPal money back up to about $100, which is a little less than half of what I had in there originally.
Okay, but at least it's something.
Yeah, and I tend not to use that money very much because I use it for the store primarily, either to buy new stuff or to buy stuff that is going to be useful to the store. So,
but still, at least something.
Yeah. Well, now that the stream's been going on for an hour and a half, should we change the subject, or should I go ahead and end it so we can wait for Bird's stream to start in an hour and a half?
Bird is streaming okay. It's up to you. It's up to you how you
Yeah.
feel.
That's your call, Mike.
Well, if you guys can come up with another topic, but the only thing I'm going to do in the meantime, while I wait for another stream, is to go do laundry and work on a video.
See, there you have a plan.
Let's see. Germ is saying that $400 isn't that bad, especially in a place like California. He's technically right. I know some places in California that will charge like $70 an hour for labor, and this place charged me almost. I mean, the parts altogether were like $150, and the diagnostic was another 60 or 70 on top of that. But considering they worked on the car for like 3 hours, the labor wasn't actually that bad. And he also did some checks on some of the other issues my car has, and is going to do some research to see if he can get those fixed fairly quickly and fairly cheaply, which was definitely a benefit for me.
Well, so at least you have the diagnostics. What? How old is the car?
It's a 2006 or 2007.
Mhm.
And Richie's saying it's times like this when having a line of credit can help. Yeah, except my credit is shit, and I'm trying to improve it. I have one credit card that has a limit of like $800 on it, and I've had it for like 20 years because I've never bothered really using it. I mean, I used to use it just to get gas every once in a while, but it's more of a real big emergency. But the percentage is like 25% APR, which is a lot for me.
That's definitely.
I mean, even the loan I took out for this car was only like 11%, which is still high for an auto loan. But that was because it was through Navy Federal, which is a military-friendly credit union. But after my credit got shot for various reasons, both my fault and not my fault, I've been working real hard to try to repair it. It just takes time.
Yeah, just keep making those minimum monthly payments, and that shows as consistently paying every month, which builds your credit. So yeah, definitely.
Well, actually, I pay more than the minimums each month. That way I can try to pay it off a little bit sooner. Like the loan for this car was a 5-year loan, but I've already paid half of it after just a year.
Yep, that, like you said, that all works towards building your credit back up. So
because what I want to do is after I pay this off, I'm immediately going to take out another loan to buy a better car.
Be back in 2 minutes.
But yeah, it's just I made some mistakes in my youth, and that's why my credit sucks. One of the things happened was I co-signed on a loan for my mom to get her condo a few years back, and because when she passed away, the owner screwed me over because the house was left to me. That I had to do a short sale, and it fucked up my credit, combined with the fact that I lent my dad a bunch of money to buy his house, and like 2 months after he bought the house, he passed away. So that also kind of screwed up my credit because I suddenly had no money, and I was out basically a lot of money. So
yeah, that definitely sucks.
and how do you Rock Solid? And of course, Mrs. Violet's saying, if only someone lives in a city with better price to repair his car. And I think she's referring to the fact she lives in Mexico. Because everything's cheaper in Mexico. I mean, seriously, we were looking at a medication, and here in the United States, for the doctor's appointment and the medication was going to cost me like $600, and down in Mexico, it cost her a total of $35.
Yeah, that's because passed that law that said basically the U.S. doesn't have to negotiate with the drug companies for drug price like every other country in the world can, even though we give these drug companies all this R&D money for these medicines. We can't negotiate for the prices of them. I think is utter crap in itself.
Yes, Richie,
That's
someone
another-
wants me to move to Mexico. Which, if things improve, I might actually do. At least I'll retain citizenship, but I might live in Mexico.
I think it'd be worth it just for the food.
Except, and this is something Mrs. Vile hates about me, I can't eat onions and garlic.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
I have an intolerance to one of the sugars found in those plants. Similar to how some people are lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I was reading Rock Solid's comment when he sent another one, and he's like, "Let's raise $400 for Vile Mike." Yes, we've made 1/4 of that since the sale began, and he's saying they want Vile Mike to move to Mexico or deport Vile to Mexico, and actually, it's the exact opposite. I'm trying to get to Mexico, and the United States won't let me freaking leave. They're making it so hard for me to get my passport. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've been trying to get my passport for like 3 years, and they have a lot of issues with like just giving me my damn passport.
Didn't they just start that like in the last 20 years?
Sorry,
so
I'm
where-
trying to put Bird again to sleep because he said he's awake.
Oh.
Didn't they just start that like in the last 20 years or so, where you needed a passport to go back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico?
I think it was put in place in the last 10 years. Not even that.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in my early 20s, you could go back and forth. You didn't need any passport.
Oh, when I was in high school, Jay, we used to take the San Diego trolley down to the border, walk across the border, drink in the bars, buy alcohol, and bring it back, and have no issues with it. I mean, I could get away with my friggin' school ID. But now you need a passport, you need a card, you need birth certificate, you need all this stuff and it's not necessarily to leave the country, it's to get back in. And it's like, well, does it look like I'm someone who's trying to, illegally come into the country? No, I'm, here's my California driver's license. Let me back into my damn country.
Right. That's all you ever needed before. Like, I know our DMV here has a thing where you can get, it's called a enhanced driver's license, where it's your driver's license and passport all in one.
Yeah, but so unfortunately, that's only for the airports. It's not good at border crossings.
That's not good for driving. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And Rock Solid is saying, awesome, no need for a Ring Fit Adventure Fund. That's bullshit. No, I think we need to definitely do that one too. So we need to raise 400 for Rock Solid and 400 for me.
And apparently DJ wants 400 within a week to burn his unicorn suit. Well, how about we make it 500 and he keeps it and makes another video with it?
I need like 20K because my wife wants a swimming pool.
Rock Solid, I don't know if it's part of NAFTA, but remember, Trump got rid of NAFTA. And he replaced it with something virtually the same, but with more restrictions. And yeah, sorry, babe. I will be ending up making your life completely onionless, or at least only the onion types of stuff that I can actually eat, which is only like dried and powdered.
Actually, I have a friend that's the same way. He can't have real onions. I have a friend here in town, he's the same way. He can't have like actual onions, but he can have like onion powder and
Yep.
stuff like that, which is weird. I think he's got the same thing you do with the
Yeah,
Sure,
it's there's
sugar in it.
I can't remember the name of the exact sugar. I should always look this up so I can, bring up that factoid, but there's a sugar in that particular plant that I just can't, my stomach recognizes as a foreign substance, and it immediately either causes me to throw up or evacuate it out the other end.
I have this
he
problem
gets
with
like that
sharks.
too, but he has like really.
I can't
Did
eat
you say you
shark.
just sharted?
Shark, the fish, shark.
Oh, you don't eat shark.
You can't
I've
eat it
had
or
it
you
once.
don't eat it.
I can't eat it at all.
Why not?
If I eat it immediately, 20 minutes later, I'm puking like crazy. 20 minutes.
What, and no other fish stuff does
No
that
other
to you, or
fish.
just
No other fish. I can eat all the other stuff. I have really problems only with sharks. The shark meat. I don't know why.
I say I don't have any food allergies. The only thing I'm allergic to is penicillin, which is
the final child was actually allergic to penicillin when she was a baby, but she actually grew out of that allergy by the time she was a teen. Well, by now.
my grandma was the head nurse at a hospital, and I went in there with like a fever of 105, 106. So they put me in a tub of ice water and gave me a penicillin shot. Well, as soon as they gave me the penicillin shot, I started like my throat started swelling up. I couldn't breathe, and it just really bad allergic reaction. So they gave me the antidote to it, and that's when I was 3 years old. I'm 44 now, and I still don't want to take a chance of taking that because nope.
No, when it comes to straight up allergies, I just have your common dust allergies. But as for Germ says, who eats shark? That's weird. I like shark. Lemon shark, blue shark. Those are good.
And
Good eat.
if you ever get a chance to go down south, if you ever have a chance to have alligator, that's real good.
Oh yeah. My grandfather used to make alligator or gator gumbo, he called it. And I'd have that every time we went back to Texas because that area of Texas is, as my grandfather used to say, a stone's throw from Louisiana.
Yep. That east coast of Texas.
Yeah, near Beaumont, little town called. Oh, now I can't remember the damn name. Koontz, Texas, where basically about half the population of that town is related to me in some way or another.
We have a few little towns like that here in Michigan, where like 60 to 70% of the towns are related to each other.
Yeah, I got pulled over for not stopping at a stop sign, and the cop who pulls me over looks at my ID and says, "Hey, you're from California. You're in Overstreet, though?" And I said, "Yeah." And he looks at my first name and goes, "Oh, are you related to Steve Overstreet?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my dad or my grandfather, depending on which one you mean." He goes, "Oh, hi, I'm your cousin Daryl. You're free to go."
Now, also, you have a chance. That's really good meat as well. We have white circle prey. Oh, there's his avatar. Bird.
Hello, world. Again. Did I leave the stream or did I just get kicked? I don't remember what happened.
You left the stream.
You left the
I did
stream.
leave?
Yeah, you left the
Oh,
stream.
good for me. Good for me.
You said you were falling asleep.
Oh, I have no recollection of that.
He's allergic to mushrooms, and Richie Poole saying he's allergic to penicillin too. So we're all.
See,
That's
I'm
why we're
glad-
all nerds. Is we were allergic to something.
I'm glad I wasn't alive in the 40s and 50s because I wouldn't have been around very long if I got sick. Because all they basically had was penicillin.
Oh yeah.
Well, I kind of have a doubt when Rock Solid says he's specifically allergic to bullshit because, well, let's face it, he speaks a lot of bullshit. So therefore,
It's a food
he can't be that
allergy.
allergic to it.
It's a food allergy.
Solid.
And then we got Jetsy and Joseph talking about Slavic bikini babes in Joseph's pool.
Yeah. No, because we have only like one of those small pools, the overground pools that you can basically, those round ones.
Yeah.
And my wife wants to have like normal pool in the garden, and of course, since the garden is so large, she's looking at swimming pools that are, let's say, not like, I don't know, in feet. Let me do the math. 21 feet by 9 feet or something, like something in those pretty much common dimensions for houses of our size, but she's looking into something like
I thought we
Four-
saw
four-
your house from Google Earth, and you had a huge
Yeah.
backyard.
Yeah, the backyard is huge. The backyard is
Could fit a half an Olympic-sized swimming pool back
no,
there.
no, a full size. I could fit there a full size Olympic swimming pool plus 2 tennis courts.
Damn.
So
And yeah,
happy,
Gary,
happy wife,
pulling your leg.
happy life.
You know what? Happy wife, happy life is the one thing. The financial part is the other thing. I'm not going to sell my kidney on the black market just because of a swimming pool.
You've got to.
Well, actually, adding on your house would be cheaper than putting in a pool, I'd imagine. Those pools are expensive.
You know
Especially
what?
when you think
To
about
do an indoor
uh,
pool.
You know what? The pool itself is the cheapest part of the whole thing, because even the 42 feet, 42 by 21 that she was looking at is probably something like 9-10K, like the pool
Nine.
itself.
Mama Pray
Uh,
warned you, the bigger the pool, the more company you get.
That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. I'm a recluse. Don't forget. The pool, I just checked the prices and everything. It is like €9,500, which is let's say
That's cheap.
that is the pool. But then you need to start with, of course, digging the hole, doing the putting the concrete in it. You need to have another where you put all the machinery that you need to have, the filters and everything. You need to put pull electricity in that direction. You need to and you want to
You don't need
to,
machinery. You can just manually clean the pool.
but you
Well,
need to
you're gonna-
filter. You need to filter it. You need to.
Nah, that's overrated. That's fine. You can.
But,
You can
Joseph,
just
I
get
think
a
what Bert's
static.
saying is
I'd be interested in buying
if
that
the-
kidney. You know
if
what?
the neighbor
It's my kidneys are already like 44 years in use, so
Just pump more chlorine in
Well-
every time.
I want to do a saltwater swimming pool. If I should decide between chlorinated water or salt water, I would
Chlorine is
go for
so much better. You get the nice smell of chlorine.
You get the smell of chlorine only in one case, if there is urine in the water. Otherwise, you don't smell the chlorine.
I don't think that's true.
That's true. That's unfortunately true. So every time you go somewhere to to a public swimming pool and you have the nice smell of chlorine, it means the chlorine is working on removing all the urine from the water. So unfortunately, yeah, that's true.
And Indy Tiger's in the chat, so howdy, Indy.
Make sure you get a heater too if you're gonna.
Yeah,
put in a
that's
pool.
the thing. That's the thing. And the heater for this kind of swimming pool is like 3K.
And the fuel it uses is going to be expensive.
It's
Mom
electric.
will pray. They got a heater. Dad will pray. Mom will pray. Put in a heater. They had no idea how much the electric bill, gas bill was going to be.
Yeah, here it's everything is electric, and electricity in Europe is twice as expensive as in the United States.
Yeah, well, it could easily be double your normal electric bill just to heat the pool.
Anyway, with all the air conditioning that we just put in the house, we immediately increase the monthly payments just because of the air condition.
You could always go aggressive, and anybody that wants to use the pool, they have to put their time in riding a pedal bike hooked up to a generator.
See, I don't really want a pool. I just want a jacuzzi.
She doesn't want the jacuzzi. She doesn't want the jacuzzi. It was an idea that I suggested because a jacuzzi, a nice one, good jacuzzi would be around 5K. But no, we're talking right now about swimming pool, and the 20K is the bare minimum that it would cost. It's the bare minimum. Because you honestly the pool is the cheapest one, and what is probably the most expensive one if you want to have it covered, like like a dome over it.
And you definitely want to have them covered because with the way things are evaporating, it'll cost you that much in water.
Yes, and another thing, I have a well in here, but I cannot use the water for the swimming pool because of there's too much iron in the water, and whatever type of chemicals you put in it, it immediately turns the water to let's say yellow to brownish colors. So I need to use the water from the city lines, city pipes, and that costs enough money. Yeah.
All right, I'm in trouble because Mrs. Vile wants a pool, not a jacuzzi.
I was Googling the smell thing. So apparently it could also come from sweat. It doesn't have to be urine. It could also just be body.
And look for how common is urine in public swimming pools.
Yeah, then I saw that statistic that apparently with artificial sweeteners now they can actually measure the percentage of urine, and that in a typical pool it's like, and in a typical personal pool it would be about 5 gallons of urine to however many gallons of
bon appetit
pool water. Yeah.
I think
Rock Solid is telling me, since I live in Southern California, he's like, go to the ocean. Who needs a pool where you live? Just imagine even worse. How much urine is in the ocean.
Worse. That's far worse than any pool.
You know what? Every single fish piece in the pool. Yeah, of course.
Not to mention
into the ocean.
Fukushima.
Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say, Bird?
Not to mention Fukushima.
I'm not too worried about that if you're talking about the radiation, even though that's 3,000 plus miles away.
It's every day it's getting closer and building up more.
And Indy's right. Also, it's not just the urine; it's the poop as well.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Biles, like, dilution is the key.
Yeah. The illusion of delusion.
I'm more
the
worried
illusion of delusion. Or should we say the delusion of delusion?
Filtering. Just keep the constant stream of new water into the pool.
Yeah, exactly, because
And
it's
then
so
drain on
economic.
the other side.
No, that's why you have all the chemicals. That's why you have so much chlorine in the swimming pools.
Yeah, that's why chemicals and filter.
You
No.
can and filter,
Good
and it's constantly filtered and everything. You can drink the water and nothing is going to happen to you.
Unless it has chlorine in it.
You can
Yeah,
put a little chlorine and drink it.
the amount of chlorine that is in the water is not going to kill you unless you drink. I don't know. You would basically drown earlier than die from a chlorine poisoning.
Well, you were talking about your well water you had. Here in Michigan, there's a lot of people out in the rural areas that have lots, their wells have lots of iron in them. And the pool companies around here, actually, they have specific chemical mixes that they use to kind of offset that. So it's not even a problem. I don't know if
I'm not saying it's a problem. We are using right now, the small pool, the chemicals to balance out the water would cost me more than the water that I pump in. So it is for me cheaper to go for the water from the city than from the well, just because of how much the chemicals would cost me.
Cinnabon, you need a shark with freaking laser beams on its head for security. Pool security.
And yes, Mrs. Vile is saying that she's a chemist. She knows the toxicity. And yeah, that's one of the things I love about her is she's incredibly smart when it comes to that stuff.
She knows just how much to put in your drink.
She knows. Yeah, she's really smart.
So don't piss her off. Yeah.
she could slip you a Mickey and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, she could easily poison or drug me, so I gotta keep her happy, right?
Yeah, happy wife, happy life.
And I don't know if we should really worry about Godzilla taking revenge for Fukushima. But, this is 2020. I'm not going to be surprised if Godzilla comes out of the ocean.
Yeah, it would be.
Godzilla rises from ocean depths.
That's what it was. It was a prediction
ouch,
about it.
Gary, ouch.
Not wearing a mask. Yeah.
I'm going to say Godzilla could have been a prediction of all the radioactivity in the seas.
Godzilla joins protesting in Portland.
Yeah, but then you just know that someone's going to start saying Godzilla's part of Antifa. The minute he steps on a road and it cracks and makes damage.
And there would be different, totally different groups of people who would be for protecting. Godzilla life matters, immediately.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is
Monster
America.
lives matter.
This is America. There isn't a single thing that goes on that somebody doesn't make political, even though it doesn't need to be.
Oh, yeah.
He's a protected species, the last of his kind. Don't shoot him.
Well, you just know that a bunch of people would start clamoring, saying, hey, we need to deport this giant lizard. He's a damn foreigner. Call the Border Patrol.
Lizardal prey is on the attack.
And Gary's saying, that's okay. My wife chose me, and I remind her frequently of that mistake. And Mrs. Vile saying, in my defense, I say he's funny. He makes me laugh. So I do have one redeeming quality.
So until you stop being funny, you're safe.
And Rock Solid is trying to complete her thought. Looking, you forgot looking. He's funny looking. I don't know. I say I'm damn sexy.
When did you leave the storage locker?
When I wanted a cigarette.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah, you were sleeping, Bird.
Oh.
Because it's not a CNA stream unless I get caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol.
Ah.
Just don't do the alcohol part while you're in your car.
Oh, he does.
Well, it was a single shot added to my first large cup of coffee. I'm pretty sure it's not going to affect me.
All right.
What's the matter, Sassy?
I'll
Do
get
you
in
have
trouble
like
more for
like
my
limits?
mouthwash, but I will say that.
Is there like a limit what you can have, what you can drink and drive safely without
In a
having
car,
problems?
you're not supposed to have any.
No,
Yeah,
but
you're not supposed to have any open alcoholic beverages in your car. But
they're all 50 states have like a blood alcohol limit that if you go over that limit, then it's considered drunk driving. But me, myself, I would say don't do it at all, period. But
yeah,
We have
would
it.
agree.
We have it
Generally
pretty
around
simple. We have
0.08.
it pretty simple. I can have 10 bottles of open alcohol in my car. Only when I do the breath test, I can have only one number appearing on that one, and it's a 0.
I mean, I know my personal limits are fairly high for alcohol. I don't tend to get drunk very easily, but I still wouldn't drive regardless of how much I've had to drink if I felt, other than what I just put in my coffee. And again, I put that in my coffee 2 hours ago, and I put a 4-ounce bottle that was partial alcohol into a 24-ounce cup of coffee. So yeah, I'm fairly sure I'm okay.
that and with your job too, that definitely wouldn't be a good thing if you got.
Yeah, I can't afford to lose my license. I need my job.
Yeah. So definitely we have it pretty simple. No alcohol at all. 0.
0.5 Jitsi? Jesus, in Michigan it's 0.08. Wow. 0.5, that's like considered super drunk here in Michigan.
I don't even know what it is in California, to be honest. I should know this. It's probably about 0.8 as well.
0.5, you'd be dead. So that's got to be a typo or something.
I don't know. I know plenty of people that have a little bit of blood in their alcohol stream.
Yeah, there's lots of people here that get pulled over when they go to court. They say exactly how much they had. Some of them are like 1.1, 1.25. There was a 2 point something at one point. It's just like Bird said, how are you not dead from that? But some people, that's all they do all day, every day, and they just build up a tolerance so they can drink that much. And I don't know how, but
And Jitsi is speaking some strange foreign language, you damn foreigner. And now I'm going to get in trouble with Mrs. Vile for saying something like that.
The 0.5. The 0.5 is basically nothing. That's still manageable. What it's put in there, but I think the highest that was measured was something around 7. And
maybe we're having a difference of milliliters to ounces or something.
yeah, it might
Maybe
be
the
different.
units are different.
Yeah, it might be.
The
But I would
0.5
imagine that-
0.5 measurement that it's put in there, it's something like a glass of wine.
So it sounds like it's even smaller than what it is.
Right, no, because in the U.S., the 0.08 is supposed to be the equivalent of 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Whether it's 2 glasses of wine, 2 shots of alcohol, or 2 beers.
Yep.
That typically after an hour, that would be what would be in your system in the U.S.
I think he's saying, and my language skills are fairly bad, but I think he's saying 0.2 milligrams per liter is the limit, which would make that an incredibly small amount.
Since I have minimum tolerance for alcohol, I can have a gin tonic and feel it immediately. So I don't even attempt.
I'm the exact
Drink.
opposite. I can drink. I've had times where I've drinking half a bottle of tequila, a bunch of beers, a bunch of mixed drinks, a couple of triple shots of whiskey, and I still don't even feel a buzz.
You know what? It was. I can tell you that 10 years ago, 10, was it 10 years? No, 10 or 12 years ago, I could drink basically a bottle of whiskey and still communicate with people like no problems. I felt it obviously, but I could still communicate it. Right now, not a chance. Not a chance. I have like two or three shots of whiskey and just drag me to the bed and let me there. No. I don't know what changed, but definitely with age, I totally feel it. And I had like 5 whiskeys last was it this Tuesday, because we were celebrating a little bit, and I felt the whole Wednesday like I was ran over by a truck. And those were when I say 5 whiskeys, I mean small like shots of whiskey. And basically, when you take a whiskey glass and you feel it like half full, this is probably the amount that I had, and I was done. I'm not
I think
saying I was.
I think the last time I had a full on buzz was one of my recent I say trips to Texas last year, where my cousin shared with me some of my uncle's leftover moonshine, and I think I had 2.5 mason jars of moonshine before I felt the buzz.
Oh shoot!
So yeah.
I would be done.
Oh, I know people that would get drunk after just a couple of sips of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of funny. Both me and my cousin were just downing them, and neither one of us got a buzz, or at least neither one of us got drunk. I still had my sister come by and pick me up, but yeah.
Right.
And yeah, my
so
cousin
the U.S.
is the only one that now has my uncle's recipe for moonshine, because my uncle passed away shortly before my dad did.
0.37.40.
The U.S. calculation of 0.08 is the percentage of by weight in the blood of alcohol.
Okay. So it means really something like, let's say, 1 beer or one shot, 1 glass of wine or something.
Oh, for a male, they consider that's two drinks within 30 to 70 minutes, and for a woman,
Mhm.
1 drink.
Huh.
I know, it's sexist.
Well, that's because they're going by body weight, and on average, a male's body weight is greater than a woman's.
Well,
It has
but
nothing
even
to
if
do
you
with
put
being
in your
sexist
body
or anything.
weight, even if you put in your body weight, the man's metabolism is better to take out alcohol than a woman's.
I'm not 100% sure on that one.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
here at right
don't-
now. I'm at a back calculator, and
Really?
it says start and first is enter male or female, then body weight in pounds. So let's say you're a 150-pound dude. Calculate. Let's say 1 beer. Okay, let's just say 2 beers. Okay. Hours since first drink, 1 hour. Okay, that would be a 0.05% back for a male of 150 pounds who had 2 beers within 1 hour. But if you're a female that had 2 beers in an hour, even if you were 150 pounds, that would be 0.06% back. It'll take 4 hours to get to back of 0 for the woman, and 3 hours to get to the back of 0 for the guy.
I
So-
will take your word for it.
I mean, I've been. This is what this website, alcohol.org,
Yeah,
and
it's
as
a
a
calculator.
person who worked
Yeah.
in the beverage industry, we always were told that there was a difference for men and women besides body weight, because we
Yeah,
had to take classes on it.
Richie's saying that 0.08 is a lot less than 0.5, but what he was saying was 0.5 is a single glass of wine.
But that's not
Whereas
true. That's what I'm saying. He's 0.05.
Different
Is a
measurements. We are
single
using
glass
different
of wine.
measurements. So the calculator would work probably something totally different.
Yeah, it's either a different measurement or he is mistaken. Now, because it's Europe, it could well be a different measurement.
Yes.
And yeah, Mrs. Vile is confirming, saying that we, and by that I'm sure she means females, metabolize alcohol slowly than men. So, but I've never actually studied that personal thing. But since she's smarter than me, I'll take her word for it.
So definitely, I know that if I avoid alcohol because I don't want to feel the repercussions of it the next day.
Sorry, I'm just reading Jitsy's comment. You mean individuals with the cervix, Mike? Yes. The cervically challenged individuals apparently process alcohol faster than those that are not cervically challenged.
Oh man, that's funny.
All I know is this could be a very controversial thing if it comes up. Somebody says, no.
And not Ryan Johnson is saying, speaking of alcohol, it's Scotch time. And Jetsy saying, that's why I like drinking absinthe. You don't have that heavy blah feeling with that. So we got someone who drinks moonshine, we got someone who drinks scotch, and we got someone that drinks absinthe. What else? What are your guys' favorite drinks?
I like sweet rums. So.
What about you, Bird? What's your drink of choice if you actually drink?
And you are on mute.
I don't generally drink anymore.
Yeah,
when I did,
it
was vodka with like cranberry juice or something.
Oh, so pure vodka or some flavors specifically?
Huh?
Flavors in some
yeah,
flavors.
usually cranberry juice or Jaeger shots. Ice cold Jägermeister shots. Yes, colder than ice Jägermeister shots.
Yeah, Jägermeister belongs in a freezer. Yeah,
belongs in a tap machine. Can get it down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. It's colder than the freezer.
Commodore Ty is saying that his beer intake of Budweiser will increase with the lower decks. Tubian likes hard cider. And Richie Poole is saying Johnny Rocker Red with ginger ale is pretty good.
I don't like Johnny Walker Red, the red one. I like the black one.
I don't think I've ever had Johnny Walker Red. I've had green and I've had what was the other one? Either black or blue, one of the two. And then Rock Solid is saying, just remember, drinking rum before 9 a.m. doesn't make you an alcoholic. It makes you a pirate. I 100% agree because I poured the rum into my coffee this morning at just about 9 a.m.
And not Ryan Johnson said, I never could get into Budweiser. You should try some. You should try some European beers.
Yeah, most American beers to me, I could drink all day and not get a single buzz. I mean, I don't understand why people drink them because they have almost no flavor and there's not enough alcohol in them as far as I'm concerned. Give me a nice stout ale that has like 16% alcohol.
Czech beer is excellent. But what became extremely popular in the last, let's say, a decade is crafted beers. Is it called like smaller breweries that make their own beers, and they are actually tasty. And I don't like beer in general. I really don't like beer. But some of the smaller breweries really like family businesses, nothing like large breweries delivering to stores. It's basically really for small stores, or they have their own like pubs where they serve them. Those can be really good. But you get you will definitely feel the buzz after 2 or 3 of those beers. They are
Yeah,
pretty
Tubian's
strong.
saying he likes gin with lemon juice and 7-Up or Sprite. And I don't think I've ever had that personally, but I know a lot of people that drink stuff like that.
I like gin tonic, and in terms of gin, my wife bought for the first time, I think something like 3 years ago, pink gin. It has like strawberry flavor, and it's pretty tasty. I like that one.
Let's see, Jitsi likes a white martini. Philip is agreeing with me that Budweiser is terrible. Let's see. Yeah, and Commodore Ty is just confirming it's craft beer or micro beers. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Mrs. Vile is telling her favorite beers. What else? Richie's saying that he likes Blue Moon with a slice of orange. I'm not a huge fan of Blue Moon either. But if I'm gonna have a slice of orange in any beer, it's gonna be Shock Top. So, but of course, I live in Southern California, where usually if you're having a citrus drink or citrus thing with beer, it's a Corona and lime.
But in California, you have vineyards, like, and my wife likes Californian wine.
Yeah, there's a lot of vineyards here in Southern California, especially up in Napa.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I actually lived right across the street from a vineyard called Orphelia. And I used to love it because I looked like I was over 21. And anytime there was like a wedding or some sort of large party, I would literally walk across the street, pretend to be a member of the party, get a couple of glasses of wine, drink, and then leave. Yeah,
I had to take a little.
Temecula has a couple of good wineries too. That's north of me.
Sci-fi, you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying I'm back. I had to take the one downstairs to Grandma. She's taking them up shopping for the day.
Oh.
Mask and all. So don't worry, people.
And I think gin is one of the few ones I'm not a big fan of. I don't know why. I've never really liked gin all that much. But if I'm going to drink something hard, I'd prefer a good whiskey or a good scotch, maybe a bourbon, or if I have someone who's rich, I'll drink their cognac.
Well, you don't want some Dom Perignon or whatever?
You know what?
I've never been into
what?
wine.
It doesn't even taste good.
Most wines, even sparkling wines, I've never been a huge fan of.
Yeah, the only wine I really like is Pink Moscato, and even then I'll mix it with like Sprite or something.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I don't like hard liquor a lot. Like if I do, I've got to mix it with something. It just
See, I'm the exact opposite. I'd prefer, if I'm going to drink liquor, I'm going to drink it straight, except for if I'm adding it to coffee.
and Philip earlier said he had a Fireball. Now, like the fake cinnamon that's in like the liquors and the food, I cannot stand the fake cinnamon. Now, like real cinnamon that you put on oatmeal and stuff, I like that, but not. I call it fake cinnamon, like the cinnamon flavored stuff. It's can't stand it.
I have a story with Dom Perignon because a friend of mine, he is I'm not saying he's wine collector, but he likes to buy from time to time something expensive. And he was browsing I think what is it called? The site you are using it for selling your stuff, eBay. He
Yep.
was browsing eBay, and he found in Germany a guy was selling Dom Perignon 1976 and 1992, I think, something like those, for very reasonable price. The 76 was something like 300 euro, which is nothing, basically for such an old champagne. And the fun part was that they couldn't deliver it to Slovakia from Germany for some reason, or the guy didn't want to send it. But I was traveling to Germany like 2 weeks later, so he purchased it, and the guy sent it to the hotel. So I arrived to the hotel, and there was waiting for one bottle of 1976 Dom Perignon for me. And I was traveling, like it was basically a business trip, 4 days, 2 places in Germany. So I took just a small suitcase with me, and I was like, okay, I will fit the one bottle in there, not a problem. And my good friend discovered the 1992 bottle, and he had it shipped to the second hotel where I was staying. So I actually had to abandon a pair of shoes to get him the second bottle, because I didn't fit into my suitcase, and I was like, sneakers or a new suitcase, and then paying like overweight or second suitcase for the flight.
You couldn't
And-
stuff in a bottle, Jesus. There's
So
always room.
And nowadays, I don't think they even let you take that on an airplane, or at least not in the
well,
United States.
it was a few years ago. It was not a problem. I put it into the suitcase because obviously, if it was just like just the bottle, I could put it into the suitcase. But obviously, since I know how they handle suitcases and everything, and you cannot bring fluids with you on board, the only thing was to wrap it up in bubble wrap, and it was already delivered in bubble wrap. But it was so much that I barely fit it in. Both bottles came safely home, and the 1992 was for his parents because some reason. Don't ask me why. But the 1976 we actually drank together. I have pictures as a proof that we had it. But honestly, it wasn't anything special. It had a color of a dark piss. And the taste wasn't very special. It was just an extremely old bottle of champagne. It probably wasn't taken care of as it's supposed to be, like in a properly in a cellar, and you need to change the cork every so often if you want to have it like if you want to store it. And I don't know all the whole procedures around it, but definitely it wasn't anything special. So Dom Perignon, not necessarily my choice of champagne.
Yeah, I think all champagnes are virtually the same. At least, I mean, I could not tell you the difference between Cristal or Dom Perignon from, you know, whatever $5 champagne you get at the liquor store.
So definitely, I'm the least suitable person to talk about alcohol because I can tell you so much. If all alcohol disappeared right now from the whole planet, like every single drop of alcohol, I would probably find out that the hand sanitizer doesn't work. That would be the first thing that I would probably realize. But
I probably wouldn't realize until I went to go buy another shot for one of these streams.
so alcohol and I definitely definitely not an expert, not even an expert, not even an experienced user. So
All right. Well, I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours, and Bird stream starts in half an hour. So why don't we go ahead and end it up now?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost
Totally.
Sci-Fi.
Oh,
Maybe he knew I was going to say that. Bird, anything else you want to add before I log off?
No, I mean, if anybody wants to watch the space thing land, it's on SpaceX channel now. It's going to be landing soon.
When are they supposed to land?
I heard within the next like 20 minutes or so.
Oh, nice. So I'm going to check
All
it
right.
out if they
I
survive.
might check that out too. Even
Yeah.
though we know a certain person who's going to say that it was all fake anyway. Sci-Fi, you got anything coming up?
I might do stream after Bird's done with his animated series thing. I'm not sure yet. Depends on what time the little one gets back from being out with Grandma. They just left and they might be gone a few hours. So
All right. Hopefully, and we'll see. I'll try to stop by for that. Joseph,
And,
you doing anything soon? Oh, sorry. Did I cut you off, Sci-Fi?
I was just gonna say oh no, tomorrow's Monday, but Tuesday, probably gonna be starting doing my Tuesdays and Fridays and Saturday streams on a regular basis again.
All right. Cool.
Or no, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I'm just hopping from one stream to another. I'm all around the place, but nothing my own. Yeah.
I'm not competing with SpaceX, Richie. They should be landed. They're supposed to land at 2:38 p.m. I think. So we're really only 10 minutes away.
Bird can't compete with them. SpaceX knows how to land.
It should be over by the time I start. Yeah, they're splashing down. All they have to do is hit the ocean.
Yeah.
No, because remember, SpaceX put the Tesla in space. Bird would be trying to launch a Jeep.
That's right. And I would be in it. An airtight Jeep.
So wait, does that mean SpaceX would fail to land the right way?
Actually, I want to land a Jeep on the moon.
All right. Well, thank you guys
there,
for joining. If you guys, I doubt anyone here is not subscribed to everyone else, but if you're not, subscribe to everyone else. And thanks again, guys. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll be doing Jeopardy again. So I need Germ to come back to defend his title, and I need 2 new players.
I'll try to make it for that.
All right. That'd be cool.
That's
I'm going to try to
Okay.
make the question a little bit easier this time.
Thank you very much for having me on the stream, and yeah, take care.
Take care,
All right.
everybody. Kapla.
Later, folkses.
Bye, everybody.